In this video, I'm going to give you my quick first impressions of GPT-5 in Lovable versus the non-GPT-5 version of Lovable. GPT-5 promises to be the best AI coding model out there, so I wanted to put it to the test by having Lovable use GPT-5 versus not using it and doing the exact same prompt. Now, if we go up to the top, what I did was I wanted to have Lovable build a clone of Notion, the initial prompt with all the features that Notion has, a really nice design, ability to edit documents, sidebar folder with organization, and slash commands. And I did the exact same thing in both of them. Now, this might not be the perfect prompt, but I wanted to just test how it would do with a very rough initial prompt and have that be part of the test. Now, I'm going to walk you through quickly what I thought of both models on a few different criteria. One is speed, one is functionality, and another is reliability. So I will grade each on those categories. And at the end, I'll let you know which model I thought was better, at least within Lovable. Now, one thing to be aware of is GPT-5 is a new model. And with any new model, apps that are using it have to optimize all of their systems around it to improve. Keep that in mind with these results, but I do think the results might surprise you a little bit. So let's start out with speed. So when I was building out this Notion clone with the non-GPT-5 version, it was really fast. Like I was able to ask it a question. There was like an issue here where the typing was backwards. So I put in that as an edit and it fixed it. And it still fixed it 10 times as quickly as it took for GPT-5 to get the first version out. So that's just right off the bat, a massive difference between at least using Lovable with these models. So GPT-5 is way slower. Now, I think part of that is all the thinking that goes into GPT-5. It's basically, and it shows like what it's doing. It's editing, it's thinking, it's doing more in the background, but it was taking way longer. So on speed, the non-GPT-5 version was the clear winner. It's not even close. And there's another benefit to speed is that I can make edits quicker than GPT-5's first version was coming out. So if there was issues, which there were with GPT-5, so I had to ask it to, basically the slash commands weren't working, the left sidebar wasn't showing. So I had to ask it for that, and that took even longer to get the result. Now, eventually, we were able to get a page here with the GPT-5 version with slash commands, and that's pretty cool. This is a heading, and it was able to have these kind of different formatting features, which I did. It had the nested folders. That was cool. But if we compare that to the non-GPT-5 version, it had very similar features. We have slash commands. It seems to have done that a pretty good job of all that. And we also have the folders on the left side, but it just did this a lot more quickly. Now, the next thing I want to grade this on is reliability. So reliability is just how good it is at actually creating these features. Now, I thought GPT-5 was going to be a lot better, but I asked Lovable to create a Kanban board, basically like a Trello board. And it did this basically on the first try. There was actually one error where it basically said error loading the board, but then I asked it to do that and it resolved it, and then it would show the board correctly. Here, it also took 2 tries. I just had to have it be a way to create the board, and then it added a button to create a board. The board functionality and reliability was better, I think, on the non-GPT-5 version, because I have to, when I add a card, I can just add a card like this. Here, it's having this kind of pop-up, which is like the browser pop-up, which I don't like at all. The dragging wasn't working on the GPT-5 version, so it just didn't seem to be working correctly. And it also took about 10 times as long to get it to create it on the GPT-5 version versus the GPT-4 version. Or sorry, not it's probably the Claude version. With all that into account, my recommendation right now is to keep using the non-GPT-5 version, at least on Lovable. Now, I definitely recommend checking this out for yourself. Maybe Lovable is going to make improvements by the time you're watching this video. But right now, I was really surprised. I prefer not using GPT-5. It seemed to be quicker, more reliable, and have better functionality at the end of the day. Very surprising result, maybe surprising to you as well. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you've tried this as well, let me know if you're getting similar results or different results. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free content like this. We're always trying to keep you up to date on the latest AI and no-code tools, and we'll see you in the next video.